Welcome back to the official channel of Amit Ranjan, where we delve into the ever-changing landscape of advertising in India. In today's episode, we'll explore a fascinating phenomenon that has significantly impacted the world of advertising, the decline of jingles. Specifically, we'll discuss how the rise of over-the-top, OTT, platforms and the dominance of social media have reshaped the advertising industry. So, let's dive in. To understand the impact of OTT and social media on jingles, let's take a trip down memory lane. In the not-so-distant past, catchy jingles were the heart and soul of Indian advertising campaigns. They were memorable, infectious, and left a lasting impression on the audience. Companies relied on jingles to create brand awareness, reinforce their messaging, and connect with consumers on an emotional level. Buland Bharat ki Buland Tasveer, Hamara Bajaj, this jingle took you back in time to 1989, didn't it? A time when India was at the cusp of liberating its economy, and the scooter represented the aspirations of the Indian middle class. Radio's grip over the masses was loosening as TV soaps and mythological shows grabbed eyeballs. Jingles such as this one, along with Washing Powder Nirma, and Har Ek Friend Zaruri Hota Hai, became so much a part of the cultural landscape that they lingered on in people's minds years later. Jingles are tiny little time capsules, says Anuja Chauhan, the creator of iconic jingles such as Pepsi's Ye Dil Maan Gaye Mo, and Oi Bubbly. Compositions like Hamara Bajaj work as a common point in history that we all have. It's almost like having a common grandparent, Chauhan adds with a chuckle. In the early 90s, says former advertising professional Lakshmipathy Bhatt, jingles were the go-to for every brand. They were simple, entertaining and had a feel-good element to them. They inserted the brand names again and again, aiding recall value. However, with the advent of OTT platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Disney+, the way people consume content drastically changed. Viewers now have access to a vast library of on-demand shows and movies, which reduced their exposure to traditional television advertisements. Advertisers quickly recognized this shift and began allocating more resources to digital advertising. Alongside the rise of OTT, social media emerged as a powerful tool for advertisers. Platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter gained immense popularity, offering targeted advertising options to reach specific demographics. Advertisers realized that engaging in shareable content, such as viral videos, influencer collaborations, and visually appealing posts, could generate more significant impact than a traditional jingle. However, in the era of OTT consumption and Instagram Reels, these time capsules are becoming relics of the past. Karthik Srinivasan, an independent communications consultant who has worked on multiple brand campaigns, says their demise has coincided with the death of simultaneous TV watching. Earlier, people used to wait for programs. Now, programs wait for people. We can watch it in our own nooks, we can pause, play, and record. We can also skip the songs with the click of a button. He points out that the act of watching television together is only limited to live sporting events such as IPL, which have limited slots for advertisements. Even during the ads, our attention is splintered. We scroll on our phones, tune off the ads, and then go back to watching the stream once ads are over, he adds. Added to the splintering of attention is a sense of disenchantment with what the jingle-based ads tell us, says Chauhan. More than having choices, I think it's a problem of too much exposure. There's just a lack of mystique and, therefore, a lack of faith in advertising, especially a format that focuses on singing. In the age of social media advertising, consumers want something more than just a melodic jingle in their content diet, says Krishna Iyer, director of marketing at advertising firm Mullen Low Lintas Group. It's all about relatable, engaging material rather than humming a tune for hours on end, he says. As advertisers embraced the digital revolution, they began experimenting with new formats, such as mini stories, emotional narratives, and humorous sketches. These formats resonated better with the digitally savvy audience, enabling brands to forge stronger connections with their consumers. Additionally, the availability of user-generated content on social media further shifted the focus away from traditional advertising jingles. While jingles may have lost their dominance, they have not entirely vanished. Some brands continue to incorporate catchy tunes into their campaigns, but they are often used sparingly and in conjunction with other creative elements. Companies now leverage the power of nostalgia by reviving iconic jingles from the past, effectively capitalizing on consumers' emotional connections to their childhood memories. In conclusion, the rise of OTT platforms and the widespread influence of social media have indeed transformed the advertising landscape in India. Traditional jingles, once a staple of advertising campaigns, have taken a backseat to more engaging, concise, and shareable content. As the digital revolution continues to shape our lives, advertisers must adapt and evolve to effectively connect with the ever-changing preferences of consumers. Not everyone is writing the epitaph of the jingle though. It remains an effective instrument for brands to strike a chord with the intended audience, says Asmat Jagmag, head of marketing at Warner Bros. Discovery South Asia. However, the marketing strategies to incorporate music have changed. For instance, when we launched the Indian version of Say Yes to the Dress, we engaged Badshah to produce a track that emphasizes the significance of a wedding dress in a bride's life, she adds. Chauhan says reinvention is going to be the way forward, as it was at the time of another disruption. When smartphones first became popular in the early 2000s, for instance, Chauhan recalls how jingles were pitched as caller tunes. Even Oi Bubbly, which came out in 2006, could be set as a ringtone for Re1. It was a big deal to have the jingle on your cell phone, she says. Reinvention is already happening in a way with mogos, musical logos of brands, becoming popular. While we don't have time to use full-fledged jingles in commercials in the digital age, catchy tunes that are 5 to 10 seconds long and play when a consumer makes a transaction or enters an ATM are in demand, says Sharad Falgun, Executive Vice President of ad agency Ogilvy India. Not only legacy brands such as Britannia, but startups such as Zomato and Paytm have launched their own mogos. A recreation of old jingles with new themes can work well too, he adds, pointing towards the success of Cadbury India's reimagined vintage ad showing a female cricketer on the pitch, instead of a male one. While the gender of the player changed, the brand's original jingle, Kuch Khas Hai, played in the background, evoking nostalgia. To tap into the playlist browsing habits of younger generations, Srinivasan suggests releasing longer versions of the jingles online. As an example, he points out the massive popularity of a ghazal that played in the background of Imperial Blues, Men Will Be Men, ads. However, despite repeated requests from users requesting the brand to upload it online, the brand never did so. It was a lost opportunity. Had the brand released the song, it would have done wonders, he says. Another possibility is tie-ups between brands and social media platforms so that jingles are used in videos and reels, extending their reach, says the consultant. Join us next time as we explore another fascinating aspect of the advertising world. Until then, keep exploring and stay creative. If you found this episode insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And as always, we welcome your thoughts and comments. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.